Hi everyone, this is John and I'm here to talk about one of my favorite tarot decks of the moment, the Pulp Tarot. Yes, you heard that right, the Pulp Tarot. It's an amazing deck that a lot of people have responded really well to. And so today I'm going to talk to you about it and maybe make some comparisons to one of my other favorite decks, the Rider-Waite-Smith. So the first thing I would say, when you look at the box gives you a very good idea of what kind of art is on the inside. And as I said, I'm really a big fan of the artwork as a whole. What I'm not a fan of is the box. So if you take a look at the box, I'm going to open it up. You're going to see that there's a space for the cards inside, and we have this lovely ribbon that goes in there. The challenge is when you close it, if you store it upright, and honestly, sometimes I do when I'm reading cards for other people and I put it in a backpack. Some of the cards have a tendency to fall out. So fair warning, if you store it that way, make sure you cut all the cards before you pick them up and you start doing a reading for somebody, or later on you might find 2 or 3 that are sitting at the bottom of whatever bag you used. So this is the card back, and to me it's a little bit boring. I'm going to put a close-up in the inset, and you're going to see that it's just a design that says the Pulp Tarot. The cards are wonderful, and you'll see that in a moment, but I feel like they kind of copped out on this. They could have done something a lot more original, a lot more pulp-y, if you will, but to me, it didn't really feel like the back matches the awesomeness of the rest of the cards. Okay, so this is one of the cards I wanted to show you today. This is the 5 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Pentacles is really not a fun card. I call it the Murphy's Law card, the anything that can go wrong will go wrong card. And what I like is the modern interpretation of this card. So this is a woman who has a baby, who is in the dark. There's no one really around her. She seems to be cut off from all the support. I love the modern treatment. I feel like on the Rider-Waite itself, it's hard for modern people to connect with the idea of not having money in that card, or not having support. That might even be a better way of saying it. For me, the Pentacles often represents resources, so we're talking for me about time, money, energy, and trust are your 4 biggies for me. And this woman obviously is not in a great place. The Rider-Waite has the 5 Pentacles on a stained glass window, which you'll see up here in the inset, and the idea there is that there's a spiritual message here for you in that card. I don't really see much of a spiritual message here in this one. However, it is going to force you to think about money and how you see your possessions and valuables. Of course, as I said, it's not just financial. It also has to do with feeling rejected or ostracized or unsupported generally. All right, so this is the Pulp Tarot's the Hanged Man card. And one of the things I like most about it is that you have people at the bottom who aren't even looking at this guy who's dangling over their heads. They don't even see him. The idea of just hanging around waiting for something to happen is very, very clear with this card. On the Rider-Waite, we don't have any other people in the scene. We just have the Hanged Man. The people here give it a different flavor, and that flavor is, well, you could be in a situation that requires a lot of sacrifice, or you might feel stuck, but that doesn't mean anyone around you is paying any attention. And so to me, this reinforces the idea of going within. With all these people around, you don't really have any choice but to go within because no one is really paying attention to you at all. This is the Wheel of Fortune from the Pulp Tarot, and one of the things I like most about all of the major arcana in this particular deck is that they are very well stated, obviously, what they are. You don't have to look at the top or the bottom of the card. It's very obvious that this is the Wheel of Fortune because it takes up almost half the card. At the bottom, you are going to see some astrological symbols, but around the edges, the symbols are a little bit different from what you would see on the typical Rider-Waite. What I think is incredible, though, is the power that this one has. They still did include the Hebrew letters in here, so you can still see those. But again, I really like the big font. It jumps right out at you. You know what it is. And in the middle of a reading, you don't necessarily want to guess. is it? Okay, so this is the Pulp Tarot's Queen of Wands. As you can see, she has many of the same symbols as her Rider-Waite-Smith counterpart. There's her there, there's the black cat. To me, she looks a lot more regal here than she does on the Rider-Waite-Smith. She seems to be a lot more relaxed. I just love this card. I think it's one of my favorites of all of the court cards in the Pulp Tarot itself. But again, what you're going to find in the court cards also is that they really do mimic the Rider-Waite quite well with a pulp style on it. The Pulp Tarot is a deck that's becoming more and more popular in my repertoire. A lot of folks that I read for seem to respond to it very, very well. Sometimes I will give people a choice when I read for them. I will often use the Rider-Waite and this deck. I'll have them both out and I'll say, would you like traditional or sassy? With the Pulp Tarot being the sassy deck. The Rider-Waite-Smith does not work for everybody. I'm a huge fan of it, but I also like the fact that the Pulp Tarot sticks with the images from the Rider-Waite-Smith very, very well. So if you've used the Rider-Waite-Smith and you're getting tired of it, or you've learned on it and you want something different, the Pulp Tarot is a nice way to break out and still use something that you feel is familiar. Thanks everyone for tuning into this video. Again, this is my review of the Pulp Tarot. This deck was not available on Amazon until recently. The first site that I saw it on was called the Unemployed Philosophers Guild. And incidentally, they're the ones who manufacture the deck. It is available on Amazon now, but go to either the Unemployed Philosophers Guild or Amazon and check it out. And as I said, if you're a fan of the Rider-Waite-Smith and you want something different, you want to change it up, or you think your clients will want to change something up, give this one a try. Anyway, that's it from me. I hope you have a great day. If I don't tell you to like and subscribe the video, the YouTube gods are going to strike me down. So there you go. You just heard it. Thanks. This is John, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.